What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Homestead. Another beautiful morning out here in Idaho. It actually started out super nice this morning, blue skies, but we've actually turned into overcast, and man, coming around the corner here, you can even see a little snow going on up in the mountains. So it is still like super chilly here in Idaho. I mean, man, that's not that high up. I bet that mountain right there is probably 4,500 feet, if that. And you know, so the snow is still just right there. Right now it's 44 degrees as I'm driving, so it's still chilly here. A lot of you guys know we do love the Craigslist specials, so we have been looking for an item for quite a while now, and it is pretty expensive to buy brand new. Finally found one on Craigslist, so we're going to pick it up. See if you can guess what it is. I'll give you one clue. It has fingers. Turkeys out there. Beautiful. Alright guys, I'll load it up here, heading back down the hill. This is a beautiful area. I have lived in this area for like 20 years, almost 20 years. I've never been in this little spot, man. It's cool how you can be in one area for so long, but there's still so much to explore. So super neat coming out to a place like this, kind of like forcing me to come out here. But what are you guys' guesses? You get a glimpse of it right there. What are your guesses? So we scored another Craigslist special. We got this homemade chicken plucker. I don't know, this beeping will stop here in a second. We're on the back roads, we're only doing like 10 miles an hour. We'll get the seatbelt on soon, but there's some plans online for this style of chicken plucker that you can build. I don't know the exact name. You know, I was researching pluckers here in the last probably, I don't know, 5 days, and really looking at them, and man, for like just the most basic low-level plucker, it's almost $500, and terrible reviews. Lots of people saying that they burn out because the motor is placed directly underneath the thing and it gets wet and everything. So this style here, the motor, that's actually the motor on top. We got this thing laying on its side. The motor is not directly under the drum, as you can see there. So that's the huge benefit. The motor stays mostly dry on this style. I wish, maybe you guys know, drop a comment if you know this style. It's pretty popular, like DIY build. You can actually buy plans for this online, this exact setup right here. So we really scored on this thing. I just paid $200 for this setup right here. I think at this rate, you know, the way prices and inflation is going, I don't think I could have built this for $200, let alone find one that's going to last or anything. And I'm confident that this style is going to last with the motor sticking out on the side. So we really scored on this. I'm super stoked on it. Not having to pluck these chickens by hand is going to be a game changer. I think I'm going to order another batch of chickens right now anyway. So let's just get back to the house and then see what else we have in store for today. I think we might put up a solar panel for the greenhouse, maybe move the chicks into the greenhouse, get them a little better, a bigger brooder box going on. And yeah, let's see what happens. Turkeys are still there. Here, let's play with them. Let's see if we can get one to gobble here. We'll stop. Pretty neat. Look at that. That is beautiful. Turkeys all fanned. Alright, we gotta get home.
Okay.
So that one's gonna go. Don't want it to. Okay. Got it.
Just leave them here or take them all the way off?
Take the cable off and put the nut back on.
Okay.
Alright guys, so we had some rain roll in, went up to the house, let everything charge, let the camera charge. So we got this all set up. It is looking good. It's charging in here. Even though it's cloudy, still shows that we're charging. We got a good battery. I had this battery on the charger up at the house. So we got that going, and this is just telling me what type of battery I have hooked up to it there. This is a nice little small solar setup. I got it on Amazon. I'll link it down below. I've had it for a while. Super portable. I've used it in a few different situations. It works out pretty good. Goes down to a battery. This is just a 12 volt deep cycle battery from one of the box stores with a cheap inverter. This probably isn't the best inverter. I've had this inverter for, man, about 10 years now. So there's probably better ones out there. And then that just runs the brooder plate. And while we were letting everything charge, we just kind of strung this up really quick. This is just that plastic fencing that we used on the garden out there. But these chicks definitely seem to like it a lot better. A little more open for them. And we got everything squared away. Brooder plate, got their bigger food, bigger water, and they're doing well. So we're gonna get him out of here. On to the next.
All right, you guys, we are back down here a few days later. The sun is shining and is getting warm. So we are here to cross off some more things off our to-do list to get ready for spring and summer. Mike and I are going to be pounding some T-posts in the ground, attaching some sprinklers to them so we can keep our barren hillside watered and planted. Okay, you guys, before we get any further into today's project, I wanted to talk to you about Skull Bliss. Skull Bliss is a company founded in Bali that makes beautiful and unique home decor that will become the centerpiece of any room. Skull Bliss uses only ethically sourced materials, and the unique craftsmanship of this art pays tribute to these beautiful animals. If you guys are interested in Skull Bliss, check out our link below to get your one-of-a-kind piece of art. Now let's get back to the project. What's the sitch?
Getting the hose cleaned up.
See what we have. Do you want me to try to find that box?
Should have been in that thing. What sprayer nozzles? Was that brass spray nozzle in there?
Mm-hmm.
Should have been in with that.
We have a lot of new growth happening here. All of this we want to be covered and planted. That's an old landslide. So we're trying to be as creative as we can with the hoses and the wells in relation to where they are with the spigots. This summer should be a little bit easier than last summer. All this is planted, needs to stay watered. So rather than dragging hoses all the way from the bottom up to the top where we need to keep this hillside watered, we're going to be staking T-posts in the ground and attaching sprinklers to them so that we can just use the hose that's attached to the spigot up here by the house. It's a lot closer. We'll have to use a lot less hose, and we'll just be able to unplug that when we need to and reattach it when it's time to water. Right, we got that one sprinkler set up, but we have some more hoses that need the end nozzle replaced, and we don't have the right parts. So what we're gonna do is load the truck up, run into the dump, and then buy the hardware store to buy the pieces that we need so that we can finish that project.
Yeah, we got a bunch of junk down here at the bottom that has been needed to go to the dump. So,
yeah.
2 for 1 special.
Yeah, so let's do that and get it going.
Cool. Need 1 male and 1 female.
And that should do it?
That should do it.
Cool. Okay, so this sprinkler here is attached to a 100-foot hose, and it's just going to that little spigot right there. We need to move this hose up to the top because it has a lot more space to water, and then this will just be like a 25 or 50-foot hose to water the garden. So take this hose up.
While Liz unhooks that, I'm gonna get the hose bib on the end of this hose. I wanna show you guys this. The only tip I have for you is buy the good parts. Don't buy the plastic parts and don't buy the cheap metal parts. Unfortunately, when you're repairing a hose end, you do have to buy the good parts if you want it to last. If you want to do it again in a couple months, buy the plastic ones. I've learned that. If you don't want to do it for a long time, buy the metal ones. Seem to be pretty good. And that's really the trick to it. So let's just get these on. So it's super easy. You just take this outer piece, slide it over the hose, make sure that goes on first. Then take the inner piece, slide this in. Sometimes it's a little difficult to slide in, and this makes it even more difficult because this is a free spinning. They do make 2 different kinds. This one is nicer in the long run to have it free spinning. So we'll just work this on. So I'm having a little trouble getting this on. Figure we'll just put it, yeah, that's so much easier. Struggle with that for a second. So put it in the hose and it holds that end piece for you. Now it's on there nice and tight. We'll take our clamp and get it tightened up.
So we watered this spot a little bit more moist than all the other stuff. We planted a bunch of irises last year, and for anybody that has irises, you know that they grow really well and they're strong. So these things have been multiplying, which is cool. We're kind of just trying to plant anything and everything on this hillside. I want it to be grass. What's up, doggos?
Those are probably 225s we had on there. Let's see. Probably didn't need to wrap that, but.
So they're both pretty similar, but we think that the spigot that is up near the shop is closer to all of the driveway hillside than the spigot down at the bottom. So I think we're connecting the hose to the spigot that's up at the house. So 200 footers to reach the entire length of the driveway.
Couple more T-posts pound in.
Yep.
Okay.
Set that other sprinkler up.
Yep. Get
Okay.
probably 2 more.
2 more. Okay. Perfect.
I ended up buying, man, about 6 of these little sprinklers with the plastic heads. They were pretty cheap on Amazon. I was gonna put one on each post, but as you can see, it just slides right in when you have the zip tie. So I think we'll just end up taking this one out and moving it right down rather than taking the hose off each time to move it to the next one. So it should work out pretty good.
So that's where the first sprinkler sits. We want to put the next sprinkler about the same distance because that's where it stops right there getting water. So move this one right down here. Couple little zip ties just holds that in. I'll go grab another fence post. What are you doing? This is little Miss Ida. She's pretty curious. I think she's gonna take after Jill. Be right along her little tag along. So we have the sprinkler running on the garden, and then we have the sprinkler running on the hillside. And it has a good amount of pressure. So that's a good thing.
Last summer, you guys saw we had a super janky setup running the sprinklers, just trying to keep our hillside watered. We were planting and trying to get some roots in it. So this is a big upgrade. And on that note, we could only run one sprinkler at a time. You guys also know that our well situation isn't the best out there, so we were only able to run just the one sprinkler at a time. And since we got 2 going, either the well picked up a little bit, or we have enough line, since we're now using all of our actual water line that we buried going to our spigots, we might have enough back pressure on the line to be able to run 2 sprinklers at once. So I guess we'll see. I'm gonna let them run here. I hope the well doesn't run dry. I think eventually it's going to. Luckily for us, it fills back up real quick. We got the pump tech protector on it, so it'll shut the pump off for us right away. Guess we'll wait and see.
What are you doing? This guy is just crazy.
I don't know, it has not dropped pressure.
They're like looking for someone. Maybe each other.
The right side, right? Hose number 2.
What's up?
Hi. Oh, my shoulder's like cramping.
Good.
Oh.
Some of us, or one of us, and between Mike and I, likes to get obsessive and break sticks into piles. So, gotta go pick the sticks up. It's me. I get obsessive about it. Jack, grab it. Go for it. Go for it. Okay, too far. This way. Go, come on, good boy.
You gotta tell him good boy when he has it.
Good boy.
Good boy, Jed. Good boy. Good boy. They're crazy. What are you guys doing up there?